it fast. Right here on the Anycast. Make it strong, make it last. Right here on the Anycast.
All right, everybody, welcome. I am here today with Elsie, who is it's fair to say, a podcast legend at this point, or certainly a podcast OG. But I can see that there was maybe some offense taken by that title. So, Elsie, before we get started, why don't you introduce yourself? I'm not going to do the my favorite joke. This person needs no introduction, so we won't.
Right. Oh my God. Yes. So my name is Elsie Escobar. I am currently the Director of Community and Content over at Libsyn. I'm also what I call myself a podcasting advocate, and I am a podcasting mentor, primarily centering underrepresented voices, undersourced voices in podcasting. And I've been in the industry since 2006. So I started doing a yoga podcast back in the day. So innovative to teach a visual class with your mouth. And from then on, I just dove into the industry. I've also been inducted into the Podcasting Hall of Fame, which was a fantastic thing that happened in 2017. And goodness gracious, almost, I guess, 20 years into an industry. That's a lot of time to be doing the same thing, I think.
It is. Tell me about it. This is you're 22 of running Cashfly, so I'm feeling however you feel. That's also how I feel.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know. It's such a long time. Like before, it seemed like, oh, podcasting hasn't been around for so long. Oh, and now it's pretty not that. We've been out there.
It's like being an FM radio station in the 80s. It's like, actually, this has been going on for a little while now.
Actually, this exists.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'd love to dive in just on what you said there, because I'd love to learn more. So what does being a podcast advocate look like? And start with there. And then I'd love to get into the underrepresentation as well.
Yeah, so it's not even a podcast advocate, it's a podcasting advocate. And I see that in the sense that we always have to talk about podcasting, meaning podcasting, what it is, not necessarily my shows or my podcast, but that I feel as podcasters, we tend to take for granted that everybody knows what this thing is. And thus, we need to get better at sharing what a podcast is, understanding what podcasting as a whole is, and then telling our people about it. That's from the podcaster side of things. And the other side of things, it's also, I feel, a responsibility of all of us, and I do this as much as I can in either in real life, online, or however, to talk about podcasting, to talk about how amazing podcasting is, what it can be used for, what are the benefits for people, not necessarily to talk to our own folks, of course, but to reach a larger audience. Because even though we've been around 20 years now, there's still either a misunderstanding or a direct resistance to somebody saying, you should listen to that as a podcast. And they go, oh, I don't like podcasting. Oh, okay. Why? Oh, because, and then they give you some really random answer where you're like, well, that's not podcasting. I don't know what, right?
Yeah. Obviously, the lack of intermediaries in podcasting, the fact that anybody can produce content is one of the things that sort of levels the playing field, but it's still not really a level playing field. Why is it important to you, first of all, that there's more underrepresented voices are participating in podcasting?
I think that overall, one of the gifts that podcasting gave me when I first started was to open up my world. I was living in a very specific well, obviously my own world, right? So I raised in El Salvador, an immigrant, immigrated over to Los Angeles, California, grew up in a very staunch Latin American, El Salvadorian Catholic family. I was surrounded by Spanish speakers, right? All the time. That was my worldview, moving into my professional life and whatnot. And there comes a point when that worldview became very claustrophobic in some ways, like that there was no other, like, this is just what I'm going to do now. This is it. And when podcasting came into my life, hearing those voices, those independent voices, not even the NPRs of the world, but those independent voices out there who were talking about their world, I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know who these people were, but I related with them, and they lived in different places, and they had other lives, and they were doing these other things that I'd never even heard of before. I was hearing people from Europe and Asia, and all of a sudden the world opened up. And I always say, like, those voices in my head saved my life, right? That's because that's my sort of story about podcasting. And I feel that voices that you often don't hear, literally the voice, not even humans speaking, like, how sometimes voice and is different, but the actual sound of people's voices in your ears, when you are not exposed to accents, to ways of thinking, to vocabulary terms, to all of those things, you don't see where they line up. And what I saw was, wow, I'm having a really hard time understanding what this person is doing, but I do know that they're talking about when their mother passed away, and I can relate to that.
Right.
And so there's a bridge. And there's more of understanding. Oh, yeah, they're going through this in, insert country I've never visited before. It's the same as what I'm going through over here. I had no idea. So that just allows for that connection. And thus you can be more open and accepting and knowing things that connects us all, if you want to think about it from that perspective. But all that to say, having that diversity of thought, diversity of language, diversity of voice, diversity of so many different aspects, because it's not just about race or gender. It's about so many different, it's geography is huge. Being able to hear outside of the people on the coasts, right? Outside of those hubs where all of the podcasts are. That's just so important as well.
Where are we going to be in podcasting in, the year 2029?
I think podcasting has a way of reaching the right people, tapping into the right innovators, into the folks who are rebels, into the people who want to do things their way, into the ones that have their pulse on what's coming. And they inherently will recreate the medium to be reflective of that, whether or not the media itself, the legacy models, if you will, ride that same boat is different, right? But those innovators will always be there in terms of podcasting. There is a sense of, like, we wear the podcaster moniker as a sign of, I do things my way. And I think that spirit is still going to, it'll stay there. There's going to be that same kind of rebel nature in podcasting that will stay.
Awesome. Elsie Escobar, thank you so much. This was an amazing chat for me. I hope I didn't annoy you too much.
Oh, come on.
And I would leave it with just, I am my filler words. So AI, do not dare touch my who I am, because I am nothing if not my filler words.
Oh, yeah, baby. Filler words.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Elsie. I'll see you soon.
You bet. Okay.
Another round, so much more to talk about. Gonna aim to satisfy with help from Cashfly. Get to it fast. Right here on the Anycast. Make it strong, make it last. Right here on the Anycast. The Anycast podcast. brought to you by Cashfly.